10 seconds remaining. Radiant team, ban. Dire team, ban. Radiant team, ban. Dire team, pick. Radiant team, pick.
Chen.
Radiant team, pick.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Summit 3 by Gigabyte. I'm joined once again by Misery, but Fear has kicked off his teammates. He said, hey, UI, Sumail, your casting not as good as mine. You've also taken the whole couch for yourself?
Oh, yes, I have. It is quite nice.
Take advantage of it. A little jealous. It's like, why didn't I think of that first? Well, guys, it's Game 3 now, our second Game 3 of the entire tournament.
Nice.
That's
what's going
very
on,
impressive,
man.
you know?
Nice.
I was in one of them. I guess we both were.
Yeah.
It's a victory in its own.
What's going on? I mean, that wasn't in the patch notes. The Game 3, chance of a Game 3 decreased by 90%. What happened?
Oh, look at that. That's a Timber Saw.
First two, huh?
You know, I asked Ice, are we going to see any Timber? And he said the hero's very weak right now, he feels, so maybe getting forced into it, whether he likes it or not.
I don't think so. I think he really likes the hero, and it's really good against Bristleback, and it's very good against Chen. Why they felt they needed to pick it first two, I have no idea, because I don't see that hero getting banned at all, like in any stage of the game, but I guess they have a plan. Maybe they wanted to hide their other picks, but what could that possibly be?
I think Vici is one of those teams that don't give a fuck when they pick what. Like, they just pick whatever they feel like. Yeah, it's the same opening again. Wisp into Chen, Bristol. Bounty Hunter banned for his face. No Invoker this time. It's gonna be a Timber instead.
Well, you could see as like last game, for example, they had a hard time fighting into like the Chen Bristle. And the Tide Hunter, like that hero, if you get a big Ravage off, it's like a really good hero and all, but once his Ravage is down, he does pretty much nothing. So they're gonna have a Timber Saw to just spam the waves out and be able to fight constantly, which will help them out a lot for that early aggression that Secret loves doing.
The thing about Timber Saw, I feel like the hero needs a good start, kind of. You can't sack him at all. Like, he actually needs farm. If he gets farm and if he starts getting tanky, then he's really scary, but his base HP is really low. And he's fairly weak towards just burst. Until he gets like mid booster or point booster or whatever, like some tanky items.
Yeah, just heavy nuke damage especially.
Yeah, he's typically really bad against tri-lanes, but since they're running the Chen, so they know he's kind of have a dual lane. But, you know, they could still do the Viper or Razor, one of those heroes, and still shut him down just as hard. So I'm a little worried for that guy, a little bit, not gonna lie, but we'll see.
Who knows? They might not even put him solo off lane. It could be just safe lane.
It could be solo safe lane. It could be farming Timber Saw would be strange, and some like dual lane, safe lane, but it is a possibility.
How does he match up in like a 1v1 against Bristle or a 2v1 with the Wisp off, like pulling and getting runes and stuff?
He would do fine, I think.
I think that's kind of the dream for him, to have this one-on-one matchup against a strength hero.
I think he'd still lose to Bristleback 1v1 because the Quill Spray spam is absurd.
Possibly,
It's insane. But if Wisp comes here and there, and all he needs is his levels, really. And FY Sand King, huh?
Seems like it. Wait, Fenrir Wisp?
I think they both can play Wisp.
Yeah, they both can.
Yeah, they both can play Wisp, and I think Sand King is just an FY exclusive for the most part.
I mean, this is like, I feel like a lot of times when it comes down that Game 3 decider, that's where Vici Gaming try to pull out the Sand King. And used to be their go-to, like, oh, you want to pick a jungler? Great, we're just going to take advantage of your greed and pick a greedy jungler of our own in the Sand King.
That's true. I'm curious to see if they go the same route though, and as Secret, like they grouped up a lot of 5-manning, a lot of pushing towers, but it's gonna be a lot harder this time because Vici last time didn't have the greatest spam. They had some okay spam, but now they're fighting into a Sand King, which is probably one of the better heroes in the game to defend against that Death Ball. If you get an Epicenter off, it's devastating. You got the Timbersaw there now as well. Tons of AoE damage. So Secret's going to have to a lot more careful about that.
I think they also have this idea of this game that they know Chen is going to have free farm because they don't get the bounty hunter, so they want a jungler that can also get free farm and at the same time have big impact towards what Secret want to do. Like they want a 5-man, so Sand King's probably better than Enigma in this sense. So I think they expect to get free farm Sand King here, which is like just as scary, almost. Nah, maybe not as scary as free farm Chen, but like it's up there. Like 8-minute blink or whatever is really scary on Sand King.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about jungling a Sand King against Chen. It's like most likely you have the jungle to do it because they're jungling too, so it's harder for them to punish that.
Wow, this is happening quickly. Secret go right into the Razor, and then Vici, immediate Lesh, but looks like a core Lesh, most likely for Hal.
Yeah, and they went for that Razor I was talking about. That's probably going to be safe lane, most likely, just to shut down that Timbersaw, make sure he has a rough laning stage. They did the Viper last game. It's very similar.
Yeah.
And it seems Vici, they learned something from last game. It's like, okay, these guys want to group up and fight all the time. We're going to pick heroes that can group up and fight all the time, too.
And more spam.
Yeah, tons of spam. So they can defend their towers, fight all the time, not have to rely on the Ravage for every fight. And just be able to take every fight whenever they want to, because both these teams love fighting all the time early game.
It seems like last game, Vici probably could have played more of a split push, dodging kind of reactive play style kind of thing, but they really want to fight. They want to contest everything.
That's just not their style.
They're like, we know what they want to do. They want to fight. We're gonna fight. We're not gonna rat. We're gonna fight them. You know, we're gonna make sure that we can do this with low cooldown spells.
But what will be interesting to see is, though, Vici, though, I don't want to see them go too all in into the fighting phase and just have it come late game and there's like a Bristleback and Razor that's out of control here. So their last pick needs to be something, I feel, that can kind of transition into the late game stage and still fight. I mean, there's always Alchemist would have been good, but that just got banned out. So I wonder what it'll be.
Tiny's banned this time.
Dragon Knight's still there.
What about like a?
But what could it?
We're looking at a superhero most likely.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, I'm sure he can play Lash. I just
Shadow
haven't seen
Fiend
it.
banned, Quidapine banned, Invoker banned.
Elk banned.
I mean, Super used to play a little bit of Ember Spirit, but
it might be a hero that's pretty good with IO as well. They don't need a combo with it. It might just be the Timbersaw with it, honestly.
Yeah, could be.
Which is pretty good against the Razor in lane, because if you both have boots, you have the movement speed to get away from the lane.
And Rubik too. If you get a head start, there's not enough damage to actually kill the Timber.
Yeah.
What else does Super play? He used to play TA, but this does not seem like a good TA game.
No, it's not. Not into Chen and Razor and even Clockwork.
I don't even know what there is left in the pool for him.
Guess we'll find out.
Yep.
I mean, looking at the overall draft here, Vici Gaming are like all in on the magic damage right now.
Yeah,
they have no physical DPS, so it does really feel like it should be somebody who can right-click a bit.
I almost feel like they know it's Clock offlane now, so they might think about having a guy against Clockwork 1-on-1 and then just like have Sand King free from jungle and put Lesh mid. That could be another way to do it. Or have a guy with the Wisp offlane and then put the Timbersaw safe lane against Clock, because now they know all lanes. They can play around with that a bit, I think.
Then what would they put on the offlane then against the Razor?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like a lot of the heroes that you could think of are banned.
Because it's unlikely to go aggro either, because they have the Sand King, which isn't the greatest. I mean, it's doable, but I've seen Sand King Wisp roam around together before. That has been done. It's not the worst, but it doesn't happen often.
It's pretty risky, because if they don't get kills, those heroes just are useless without some farm from the jungle.
I agree. They're thinking about it too, so it's not an easy choice for them here at all. They drafted, like, they're set right now on how they want to fight. You know, we've drafted a lot like this too. It's like, we need to fight a lot of teams right now, so we end up drafting a lot of, magic damage. Like, oh crap, all right, what if this game goes too late? We might need another hero to deal with that. So
that is where I really like the Alk ban, because it's more spam, can clear agent stacks, has physical damage, goes late. Like it doesn't really partner that great with the Wisp, but it felt like it was a pretty well-rounded choice for them. I mean, there's Dragon Knight, I guess, out there.
Looks like he selected Ember.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, it is Ember then. Not a bad Ember game. They have very little lockdown for him.
Yeah, I mean, they have no, except for telekinesis and
pretty good
stolen spells from Rubik.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And Clockwork too, I guess.
I guess the one thing is he doesn't have like that Darkseer Ion Shell. We saw one other Ember game, but it was with the Darkseer, and it seemed like the duo was what was really scary that time around.
Well, it also fits the theme of they want to fight all the time too. Yeah. So like it's really scary to fight into Vici right now if your team's secret.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna set up their lanes. If they're gonna roam around with Wisp Sanking and have like try to zone the Clockwork as much as possible, or they're gonna help out the Timbersaw with Wisp, or what the game plan is for them. Because I could see like multiple things working out for them. It's more like what they prioritize on, or what their idea was from the get-go with it.
The Ember that we saw earlier, was it? I think it ended up being safe lane, right? Not even a mid Ember that time.
From which team?
I forget who ran it. Someone ran it earlier this tournament. Was it?
Did we run it this tournament? I don't remember.
I think you guys might have.
I think it could have been us. And
you don't even remember.
I mean, I know. I think we ran an Ember game and we lost.
Yeah, you played Ember versus us in the first series.
There you go.
That's right. That's right.
And I think it was mid though. Yeah, it was mid against the Dragon Knight. We lost that game.
Okay. Well, our observer also suffering from amnesia here. It's been a long day. Let's get into it. We're going to see a Mango on Ice Ice Ice, and Vici Gaming, they go right towards the enemy woods. FY does go for the boots first here, and that Sankey Wisp are getting aggressive, but Secret are defending the jungle in numbers. That's not normally the point of attack that you see a team take into the Radiant Woods, but they wanted to get in there as quickly as possible, and they actually want to fight. They're going to go right towards S4.
Oh, this is an awkward fight for them.
Are they engaging or not? Seems a little undecided. Now the Cogs pulling the Timber back. Ice 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 gets punished. Oh, what a beautiful Cog lift combination. And they're even going to deward the camp before the creep spawn.
Yeah, they got denied pretty hard there.
That was kind of risky from Vici. Like, they see them coming into the jungle, and they just try to force it anyway.
Secret's actually probably the best team in the game at defending their own jungle. Like, they're so good at knowing when to take fights in these early pre creep spawn engagements. They pick lingering heroes off all the time. Their positioning's always really good, and they're super confident when they do this. And Ice Ice Ice, you could see they're like, do we go FY down stump? I don't really go on the bristleback, but you know, Ice 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 like, screw it, I'm going in. And
he's like, well, you guys want to fight? I want to fight. Let's just fight at level 1.
And then yeah, Zai separated them, and he was just dead meat after that.
Look at that, the naked magic
Wisp
with
mid.
With the Wisp.
Mid, all right.
This is actually really difficult for Timber now, because he skilled the, what's it called, the first skill?
The whirling blade.
Yeah, and like you usually don't want to skill that on the offlane. If you're against 2 heroes, you want to skill the other 2 skills.
That's okay. Here's a Mango. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
they're just sending him out there, and he's just going to be in the situation where he's not going to get much, to be honest with you. If he gets anything, I'd be surprised, because
it's not
Razor's going to run up to him with boots. He has boots already after that first blood.
Yeah.
This is not like a Tidehunter Bristle either, where you could just, we'll just stack Ancients or something.
He's actually dead, isn't he?
He's in a lot of trouble here, for sure.
I don't think he dies, but he got zoned out really hard.
Well, there goes half his regen.
We might see him run after the Chen eventually.
If he's lucky, though, on that bottom lane, the lane will be pushing towards him for that dive, but I'm not sure what the creep equilibrium is like. Yeah, he has 2 archers, so that's the downside of going for that gank like that. You can't control the lane so much, so it was a good move by Ice 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 to force that. So he's going to get some experience now, instead of being totally level 1 for the whole game. Well, not the whole game, but like the first 4 or 5
is really
minutes.
crucial for him.
Yeah, Zai also having a nice start here in the offlane. He's level 2 and change. Overall, looking at the CS, RTZ getting a lot of denies here early, but they do end up running the safe lane Ember, so not going to throw him to the Wolves in the mid lane. Ends up being a Bristle. Not the worst matchup.
No, that's pretty bad for Ember.
Yeah, I guess he might have the Wisp there if they send him in.
But this is actually really cool. Sankey is just leeching for level 3, and meanwhile Wisp stacking for him. So this is going to be, if it's uncontested, the Sankey is going to get very fast blink.
Like, do you see the double stack attempted? He's only going to get the 1 pulled out, it looks like.
Oh, S4. He might be in trouble here.
He's dead.
Wow, how fighting this?
Yeah, you can't underestimate Lesh's damage. If you get, that stun on you and there's a lightning up again, it's back up in no time.
I mean, S4 thought he might have How with the 5 quill stacks, but they are going to wear off now.
Magic stick level 1.
Yeah, he started with like 5 1 charges from the fight.
Yeah, he had a lot. And he also had the Wisp. That's where you can get away with this very early Magic Wand a bit easier.
I've actually been seeing a lot of Chinese teams against the Bristol mid just go level 1 Magic Wand.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I agree with it, but I've seen it multiple times, only from Chinese teams, so.
It's pretty cool because you get the new magic wand, the way it works.
Yeah, it's
you get
definitely
so much
way better than the last one, for sure.
Much more slot efficient as the game moves along.
There's no recipe involved, so get more stats out of it for your money. I scouted out the stacks there with the rockets. I was just doing some scouting there, and if they're not careful, you know, the Bristle can go there with maybe with a couple Chen creeps, and they can contest that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and last game they didn't actually even.
Thinking he's gonna go right now though. I don't think they're gonna have a. Yeah, he's gonna go farm it right now. And if he farms one of them, the other one is going to be farmed like so much faster.
Especially after that death on S4, he's not feeling confident at all probably to go and get that. Maybe if he was level 5 right now and the Chen hit his level, has at least level 3 for the 2 creeps, they might be more confident.
Going to contest. It seems like they are.
Looks like Puppey's going to, and Crow.
It's definitely a good move. Even if they don't get the full stack or anything like that, they still have a sentry and can fuck with the sinking a lot.
Well, fuck with him they shall. Puppey moving towards top. Wants the bird in first. And
yeah, they have the tornado here and the fade bolt.
They have a sentry as well here, I believe.
But that stack's already gone, so they're gonna try and go for the second one.
And FY's managed to get that sentry out of the picture.
But Hao is just in the neighborhood, and that's a scary hero to fight into at this stage of the game.
Yeah, they're actually sandwiched right now, and they have a haste. Oh, this could be really bad for them.
Yeah.
Super gonna find one down in the river. It's Puppey. Tether coming through from a hasted Wisp. There's probably no running here for Puppey. Tries to turn with Test of Faith, and Fenrir gets blocked up by the cogs. Puppey, what a good turn there with Zai's support. Now super low. FY dealing with creeps up on the high ground. The Quill start to stack up super as the phase boots needs them to get away, and will barely end up escaping. That was close. Oh, Zai,
get him.
Got him.
Wow, that's big.
They're gonna die for it, I think, but it's worth it.
Well, now double stun and Vici gave it. They just respawn so quickly. They're right back into the fight. They don't steal the stack though. Something the Sand King probably gonna look for right now.
Yeah, like Secret is a team that really likes contesting you over every little thing in the game. If it's Roche or stacks, anything early game, they will contest you over it. They give you nothing for free. But that time, Vici Gaming, they were aware of it and they shut them down hard. So that was very good for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, the timing was a little bit off. Like, Sand King just finished the stack and scouted the smoke at the right same time, so...
Yeah, it still turns out okay for them, but it felt like it could have been a lot better if they caught him. And FY, we've seen this before in previous patches. Already
he's almost at his blink.
1,500 gold.
Yeah.
After the stack, he's going to be just about there.
Yeah, he's only 7 also.
And then it gets hard to push into this lineup. Very hard.
The only thing I would do it on check on is the Timbersaw status. I believe he'll be having a very difficult time down here. He's level 2 still. So that's the hard spot for Vici Gaming here. But now that they're rotating to go for that stack, he can get a little bit of experience now.
Hao is currently dueling it out with a Dark Troll Summoner. Just getting harassed. Yeah, get off me. No mercy. They're trying to find FY. He's got 1,900 gold. Oh man, he is close.
Yeah, Secret is having none of this jungle farming for FY, huh?
Well, they do find Hao in the end. That Dark Troll Summoner's there. He's going to go for the TP out. Test of Faith. Doesn't try for it. Only level 1. Now mid lane. This is big. FY going to be denied. That's going to slow down the blink by at least a minute or 2.
Yeah, that's really annoying. And then when he respawns, he probably wants to buy a TP. Like, it's going to set him back a lot.
I mean... Should Vici be trying to secure his blink a little more, or just...
I mean, his timing is still really good. It's 6.5 minutes in the game. He's got 1,700 gold, so... Like, once he gets a blink, it'll be great, but at this stage, he's still going to have a really good timing on the blink, unless he dies again.
They do have a ward is somewhat in the neighborhood, but... Getting in there is not the easiest thing in the world. They do have hookshot. That's the main way they could try and gank him out.
Yeah, so the fact that they're putting so much pressure on FY and stopping this blink, I think it's kind of good for Vici. They're okay with it because they're probably still going to get this blink timing at a relatively good rate. But more importantly, Timbersaw's finding levels now, whereas before, if the supports are down there, he'd still be like level 2.
Yeah, I wonder, like, how much did it hurt Secret to go for that? Like, Rubik actually got his level 5 right there. Chen is like probably close to 5 also. So, I mean, I think it's fairly even trade. Probably Timbersaw wouldn't have gotten anything, but at the same time, Sand King would have free farm. So it's like, I think both teams are. It's pretty even trade-off.
Oh, Hao! There's Zai with the hook shot, doing some aggressive play here from the offlane. Comes in, Hao can't even cast the spell. Easy takedown.
I mean, I think he's level 6 right now. I mean, I've played this matchup quite a few times. Like, when you're playing against a Clockwork, the only spell you can cast if you cog is your ultimate. So, I think it's really important you skill that against that hero in particular, because at least you can cast something if you're in the cogs and do some damage.
Yeah.
You can't cast anything else.
Waving your arms around the air pathetically. And
it's like a flopping fish, basically.
Yeah, actually pretty surprising. They got the clock on last pick on Radiant. I feel like that's
good against quite a few of their heroes, it feels like. The Sand King, the Leshrac especially, even the Timber can be a nuisance for him with the battery assault.
I mean, Secret's just so good at so many heroes, you know, it's like hard to just ban them all out, you know? They had just other priorities.
And they are really starting to turn the heat up as they push in the mid lane looking for this tier 1 tower, and Vici spamming them. Another, oh, that last lightning proc doesn't hit. Dark Troll last hit, super TP's in. They don't have the best control to deal with him. He may make a move forward, stunning the Chen creeps, cut off the catapult tower. It does go the way of the Radiant. There's your send back. So Secret do get the tower and force out a TP, make it out safely in the end. They got a hook shot now, but, well, good thing they got that tower while they could. Because guess who's got a blink and epicenter, level 7 already. It's FY.
Yeah, that's going to be big. And I think Timbersault's going to reach his level 6 momentarily as well. Well, he does have it now. So, and Arcane Boot, so he has his toolkit as well. So there's going to be a lot of fighting, I think.
Yeah, I think they're also going to smoke to the Timbersault here, most likely.
Yeah, there's no relocate anytime soon, as that Wisp... The Wisp was the one that really suffered along with the Timbersaw.
They want the Razor kill. That's going to be... If they get it, it's really big. Killing that hero pre, like, 15 minutes is always just a tad bigger than killing other heroes, I'd say.
Chen, no Hand of God just yet.
Yeah, they'll get it if they get a stun on him, for sure.
Yeah.
All they need is a blink stun.
Oh, there it is. Blink stun, Epi. No messing around here from Vici, and Arteezy will go down. They try to counter-initiate though. Zai leaping forward with a hookshot. Good pushback, but Super does have a single remnant available. Should be able to make his way out of this. And while that was happening, Radiant got a tier 1 top, it looks like. Not too shabby.
And yeah, the Bristol's up there just hitting it, I think. Maybe some Chen creeps as well.
He's getting pretty big. S4 significantly ahead of everyone here on Vici.
They definitely had a head start by how much pressure they applied in the early game. He cliffed him, but it's an Ember Spirit, so...
Well, make him waste a charge, I guess. That's annoying, if nothing else. So guys, the game kind of settles down a little bit here. Sand King's got the blink, so if you're Secret, you're a little hesitant to push. Timber is also spamming a lot. Don't see a Wisp level 6 yet. Wisp is like by far the most far behind hero in the game. On the side of Secret, they haven't snowballed the way they did last game. We're not seeing a level 8 Chen when the other cores hit 8. What do we expect it is? Oh, hold that thought. How? Gonna get caught out. Well, looks like he may go down mid, but... Gets
might just walk out.
That's done. Okay.
Oh, what a play. Guess not. Hook shot. All right. Things get interesting now. How? No spells to cast, really, though. Just goes down without doing anything. Looking for the turnaround, though. They are going to burrow onto Zai. They'll get him through the Timber Chain through, and Secret, they get to the Shrek. They trade their clock.
Wisp gonna get his
crucially, yeah, Wisp is getting some time top lane. Space for the much-needed support level.
Yeah, I mean, playing Leshrac against Clockwork is rather difficult before you get your BKB. After that, it doesn't matter so much. But
I don't even know. Maybe you even go full staff here. Yeah. Since you went Treads, you're lane 1, you're okay.
You can, but it kind of kills your carry potential a lot as that hero, because then you turn into like... Force staff doesn't give you any mana reach, and it's kind of expensive. I think a better item for him would be Yules. Because even if he does get hooked, he can turn his ult on, Yules himself, so it'll buy him some time at least, and it'll allow him to set up for, stun ganks as well, just be more useful around the map.
Eventually they're also gonna, if they're ready for it, they can probably burst the clock or kill the cogs, and also they will have relocates.
Yeah. I think Yules is a good item. That's a particularly good item against Clockwork, and it's annoying either way.
See one in the river. Chains are there. S4 gets a haste rune. Can they burst him in time? He's going to retreat to the north side. Hooks there. Turns it around. S4 may come back in. Fenrir quickly caught out and dealt with despite having the level 6. Dead for quite some time. Now they find the Sand King Kuro on the cliff together with him. And now the chase forward. How? Getting caught out. Stun's going to miss. S4 on a rampage. Smacked on the fourth. Whoa. They thought they had him, but they just didn't have the burst.
Can't deal with the S4 rune. At least once a game. he will retrieve that rune and get multiple kills.
Sometimes multiple times per game.
If you're really unlucky.
Yeah.
But one's a given.
See, Secret calmly enjoying their latest victory.
Secret, to me, just feels like they're just straight out playing Vici this game. Like, in every aspect of the game, they're just getting outplayed.
It was pretty even up until that point. Like, there was no huge advantage, but Secret just coming out on top fight after fight.
Yeah, their team fight execution, their decision-making has just been better.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't get anything out of the Wisp so far in the entire game. And it's actually their first pick.
They are going to find an opening here on Puppey a little bit. In comes the Timber, quickly bursting him down. That is going to slow down Secret as a leap forward comes. Ember also joining this, gets the chains on Arteezy. That's a big one. There's no Chen to send him back. And then FY with the 2-hero burrow, but Kuro's stolen the burrow. Can he use it to get anything done here? They will find the Shrek on the backside. The stolen burrow going to work. They're really laying into Super. There's the lift. Perfect chain stun from Secret, who come right back. And I don't think there's a hook ready for some time here. They may still catch Ice though. Burrow, Kuro almost there. Relocate out, they forced it. But that may be where it ends. Now the Centaur stomp onto FY.
That canceled Epi, by the way.
Uh-oh.
So Epi is going to be down now as well. I mean, this Clockwork is just making the Howl's life miserable. Like, he's just finding the horse every time and just hooking on him, and he just can't do anything. Or a pony, whatever way.
I mean, it's more of a pony than a horse the way this game's going.
Yeah, no kidding.
If that. This is like one of those, merry-go-round horses and can't even move off of its pathetic track.
And it's getting to that point where Zai's getting close to Blade Mill, and when he finishes that, and if he goes on How...
It's such a good item, this game.
Yeah, it's a really good item, especially good against Leshrac, and it's good against all the heroes, actually.
Even the Timber, Ember's okay with the Sleight of Fist, but Sandcade's going to suffer to that as well. Here comes the smoke. Yeesh. Secret looking to really take this to the next level.
Yeah, here we go again.
They're going to go for the hook into the lift, maybe. Oh, Burrow off the mark. Just Burrow into the lift. So they have the follow-up. They're going to try to go to work on How here, but FY's looking to turn it. Backs off on S4. That is not the hero that you're looking for. Now the hook again. God. It's on 2 from Zai. Finds them both trapped in the cogs. Massacred. Zai is really just bringing his A game the past week. First at Red Bull Battlegrounds, now here again at the Summit. Man, making a lot of plays for the team.
Yeah, Zai is destroying them right now. Like, these plays on this Clockwork are insane. They're just like, if you let Leshrac just sit back there and cast a lot of spells, these fights would be a lot different, but he's not able to cast anything in these spells at all because of Zai.
Yeah, that was really important. He was so patient there. He you felt like the Bristleback moved into his path and stuff, but he didn't like go on a wisp or anything like that. He just followed and waited for the right opportunity. It was a really good play.
And off of that, instantly into the Roche, Secret, taking big objectives. They get the Arteezy Aegis. He's been kind of quiet this game, but hasn't really
been around in
much.
the fights. The Plasma Field has been doing a ton of damage, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. But at some point, he's going to get that BKB rags, and Vici are struggling to deal with Secret without the Razor having a huge role. That's where things are really scary for them.
It's interesting to see. He went phase boots on Razor. He usually goes treads on that hero, so I wonder what the decision-making was behind that.
Yeah, there's no like summons that you really need to phase through per se. Just give you a little chasing power.
Maybe he just figures a lot of the heroes can like burrow or timber away that he can still catch up to them with phase.
That's true. Also helps you zone the timber a little harder early game, I guess, as well.
There's a smoke coming out now for Vici.
Yeah, they just need a couple team fights and get this Leshrac some core items. And then they'll be like, he's gonna go for the Force Staff. Like, he's had enough of this game. So
he wants to buy items before he dies again. They might find the Courier Arteezy. He needs one more. Oh, he gets it. Only takes 2. That's the point booster for Ice.
And they saw it moving towards bottom, so I guess it was always Ice. So, but they don't care about bottom. They want mid. They probably understand the Vici is our bottom.
Do they just go high? It seems like they're going to punish Vici for trying for the smoke straight down mid all the way.
Yeah, I think no matter what, they were just going to force them back into their base. Like, whenever they get Aegis, it's go time. They got a frontline hero. They love this bristleback hook. Where'd that go?
Hook. Almost finding him.
To Earn, isn't he?
Yeah, he's dead.
Dead to Earn. And now the dive on the mid lane. In the meanwhile, Razor going really hard in the paint here. Secret Vici Gaming, normally the team that's just blasting teams out of each match in under 30 minutes, but Secret, 1 game and maybe 2 games in a row, taking the fight to them. They may have to do this from the lower bracket. S4 getting caught by a stun, but there's no epicenter yet. FY very low. Force back, tower gonna fall. They still hold the Aegis here, I believe, and yeah, Secret gonna continue the fight. Super driven back a bit. They haven't actually killed off a melee or range Rex yet. Slowly working it with S4 in front. There's good spam here on Vici, and the threat of that epi. It might cause Secret to back off and heal up.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them. I think they need to wait for hook shot again, and it's up now, but they need to kill the Leshrac because it's really hard to push against that hero. Paired together well with the Timber Saw, it's just so much spam. If you just go up there, every 4 seconds there's going to be a lightning storm spammed on you. Then Chakram's going to be spammed too. It's pretty difficult to deal with. So if they get it picked beforehand, it'll be pretty easy. I
mean, for me, I'm just like what are Vici going to do when Secret get BKBs? Ember has no damage items, and they're all magic damage. Like I feel they really can't stop that.
Yeah, Leshrac at this point is just all he can do is spam his lightning.
Meanwhile, Zai just finding kills all over the place.
He is so farmed. He has a Force Staff now too. So that Force Staff that Lesh just picked up,
Zai has one now basically. Too. Yeah. You force out, I force after you.
Oh, that was good play by Puppey there. He sent Zai back before he died.
They do lose 1 in the Chen, but still a pretty big investment by Vici to get a support. And Secret gonna get 1, maybe 2 towers on the back of that. They got a DD rune here on S4. I mean, he's S4, right? He's always going to have some ridiculous rune.
I mean, he always checks the rune, so to some degree, it's not luck. But
it's not all luck, but it's more just the storyline at this point, if not the reality. They do get the lift off here. He's going to jump quickly to this physical damage, but not enough to bring him down.
Just Slide of Fist Rubik, huh? Not the spell he's looking for.
I don't know if I've seen the animation for it.
I don't know if I have either. I'm sure I have. It's just probably underwhelming.
Yeah, it's forgettable.
He just disappears and he comes back. Like.
I was hoping to see like the wand like waving around over people, but probably not. Some Harry Potter shit.
It's possible, maybe. I'm sure he'll cast it once before he steals a new spell. Maybe not. It's not even worth casting, honestly.
He's embarrassed that he stole it. He's like, I'm Kuroki. I'm not casting this.
I'm above this.
Wow.
He is the K god after all. Secret.
What is that? Tower damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, do you guys think that they can just deathball for high ground? Are they looking for a certain pick-off first to just farm it up a bit more? Like, if you're in Secret shoes, where do you go from here?
I mean, I think they still want to use the Aegis, so I expect them to use the Aegis. I mean, they have BKB up on the Bristleback. What does the Razor have? Does he have his BKB?
Another hook from Zai off in the dire jungle. Man, he just keeps on punishing Vici. Oh my goodness. Solo kill after solo kill. Then 2 hero hooks into double kills for S4. He's making this game very easy for his teammates.
Zai is playing out of his mind this game, that's for sure.
Well, with a win here, they have the comfortable position of watching EG face off against Vici tomorrow.
They're gonna.
Their Aegis is out, but I don't know if they can do anything.
Even then, they probably don't defend this.
There's gonna be Chen, Heal, and Mech, and BKB and Bristol.
Well, we got a Smoke Sand King here, so maybe.
He's only 10, I think, though. I don't think he got 11 yet.
I mean, if he pulls this off, he truly is FY God. He's gonna try for it, and not quite. That'd be pretty much a swing and a miss. S4 in the front lines with the BKB taking literally no damage. Ice down again, and Vici Gaming gonna lose a lane of Rex, maybe more. With no real way to defend here, they get off the burrow, but Mech comes out. S4, he just doesn't care. He's face tanking it as Kuro steals another spell.
That is a very good spell for Rubik.
And that is without the Aegis. Yeah, you've got the lift into the no cast point splitter.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that makes that spell like balanced on Leshrac is it takes so long to cast. But when Rubik does how? Again, he's just toying with him at this point.
Hook on 2, and he manages to stun Super on the way through. Now, Super maybe gonna drop here. Tries to remnant back with the 4 staff forward, almost catching him. Gets up the chains, relocate gonna end soon. But then what? Then not a whole lot for Vici Gaming. This is just clinical by Secret. They even bought back on Leshrac, but I'm not going to get anything out of that, it looks like.
This is also kind of the second reason why giving Secret's Chen is so scary. It's like, they're so confident going high ground with that hero.
They know they have Puppey playing it, they have the send back always ready, the heal. you have margin for error, and even if they catch a couple of heroes,
they're just so good at getting
get
objectives with that hero too. Like tier 1, they just take all the tier 1 towers super early, force Roshan with 5 heroes. They don't even care. Like if you try and contest it, they'll still do it. Then they'll just go high ground with it too. They've done it so many times in the past, and you know the bounty hunter they used to great effect, and they beat him with it. But without the bounty hunter, they're struggling.
It's 2 games in a row. Oh, another hook by Zai. He finds Zai. Can't timber chain out the burrows. They're only on 1. Only tickles Arteezy, who ignores him, keeps on rushing forward. They don't get a second kill just yet, but even if they don't get the second, it may no matter. They lift him, they steal the Sandstorm. Godlike clockwork. Jesus.
Don't see that very often.
Certainly not at 23 minutes.
I mean, you normally see it never, because that hero just normally hooks in, dies for the team.
The idea of the hero is to go in and die, so your team can get kills.
But they're so far ahead, he just doesn't die. So he's just so confident. It's just
Zai
really bleak.
He clearly missed the memo on how this game is supposed to happen.
That's when you know you're having a good clock game.
Well, it seems the bounty hunter ban might be the key here for Secret when they face Vici.
Yeah, I mean, Vici, they wanted to try and beat their Chen. I think everyone knows Secret's Chen is probably one of their best heroes. But they thought they had an answer to it.
And if you can beat it, then you feel really confident against them. But
and they beat it, and they felt confident, but they were missing the one key ingredient, which happened to be the bounty hunter, it seems.
Maybe it's time to start picking that Riki.
Ricky? Not quite the same.
No, I'm kidding.
Clinks
level 1 roaming jungle.
Hey, you guys run Clinks? Have you tried it?
At level 1? No, of course not. I usually like to have my ult first, so you're useful.
I mean, someday you'll learn these next level strats.
One day.
Super getting caught out, pushed out of the cogs, but does escape meanwhile. I mean, they're just... Vici Gaming is spending most of this game running for their lives here. They're not even tickling Secret.
Yeah, they're just so far behind, but...
And he's going for the Soul Booster. Forget about any sort of Aghanim Scepter buildup.
That's definitely the last fight of the game for them, for sure.
Blade Mail, Cogs, how? I mean, it started with him getting trapped in Cogs. It might end that way. Zai with the rocket forward. Now the chase back on the Super. 4 heroes finish him off. Abby, it's a decent one from Akwai. It does get the Chen, but that's all it gets. 3 and buyback instantly. GG as he buys back. And Secret are going to the grand finals.
They are.
GG.
And we'll be meeting Vici tomorrow, it seems. Which we haven't played yet this tournament, so it should be fun.
Well, it's some players that you faced quite a few times in your day. You took them on in DAC. I guess that's the last time you guys played?
Yeah, that was the last time we played them, so it's been quite a while. New patch. Everyone's still trying to fill out this patch a little bit. That's part of the reason why I think a lot of the games have been kind of stompy, as well as, like, you know, teams are trying new things. Sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they do work.
How do you feel about, like, everyone's form right now? Vici Gaming looked really strong coming into this series. Do you think it's just too early to say if everyone's bringing their